All right, hello and welcome to another lunch break hobby time. My name's Jeremy, and today I'm gonna try to base out a few base colors for these two. Now, some I'm a bit more prepared for. I've done a test version of a teammate of staves here. Let's see, I've got two or three versions of a few of these Brewers models. So this is Hooper. No, this is not Hooper. This is Spigot. What am I saying? This is Spigot, and I've based him out a little bit to get a kind of a general idea of colors. And I'll go over a few of those in a minute. As far as my 3D printed Biker Fanatic, I'm a little bit less decided about what colors she's going to be. I'm really confused about how to do the bike specifically, so I'm just kind of going to wing it, get some color on there. If I don't like it, I'll just go over it with something new. So let's go ahead and set him in the back. But just a quick little overview of some colors I know I'm going to use today. Just to base out the skin on both models, I'm going to start off with some Reaper Bones Suntan Flesh. Then for the leathers and browns, another Reaper color I like now is Wyvern Leather. Then kind of to give kind of a basing for what will be his yellow uniform kind of tunic there, I'm going to try to use a little bit of Reaper Tendril Pink. I'm also going to use that for her hair. I get that fun, bright atomic pink hair going. And then kind of as the basing for what will be kind of a dark green for his pants and kind of an accent color, I've got an Elven Green. It's a little dark. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I know for Spigot, I liked it for the glass bottle he's using there as a weapon. The pants, it's okay. I know it needs some definite highlights. I'm not too completely sold on it. For some other colors, I know for the bike, I'm wanting it to be blue. So just because it's what I've got on hand, I'll start off with a little bit of Army Painter Kraken Blue. This is from a little starter set. It's also Ultramarine Blue from Army Painter. Then we also have a black and a white from Army Painter from the little starter set. Yeah, because this was the Gale Force 9 little D&D edition. So we've got those three. Some other things I've got from a demo set. Other colors I've got on hand from a demo little starter thing I got on eBay of some Citadel paints, little 4-ounce bottles of Averland Sunset, Lead Belcher, and some Agrex Earthshade there for if we want to do a little bit of a wash at some point. These came in nice and chunky from the internet, but I had a little bit of medium, little water, shook them up, and they worked just fine. Not sure how old they were, but the yellow turned out pretty good. When I did Spigot here, it's a little dark, kind of mustardy, but I kind of like that as a base point. And then that was over so the Tendril Pink. I think it turned out good. Right now with my little mini work setup, the only other colors I currently have on hand, though I guess I'll add a few more. I've got Reaper's Minotaur Hide for a different kind of brown, and I've got this copper from Vallejo that I used kind of on the metal pieces here. Specifically, kind of was looking at kind of one of those kind of copper colored kind of beer and alcohol cups that you get. I kind of wanted to try something like that as the kind of the metallics for the brewers. And then also got a Flump Pink here, which is also a Barbarian Flesh from Army Painter that came with this set. So this will be the bit I'm working with today. So let me put him back there. All right, got my wet palette out. Got a little Stay Wet palette, and let's go ahead. I want to start with just working on my Suntan Flesh. Shake that up pretty good because it's been a little while. Put a little on my palette. Also got a nice new set of brushes I got from Walmart. I'm trying to decide which ones to use. They just got some little Royal and Langnickel ones. You can look at this good quality. So this is why you might buy the good stuff somewhere else. This is a size 1. I'm going to have to maybe grab some different ones from home. I'll have to just use what I've got. So instead, since that one's kind of frayed up, I've got a 10-0 here. Really long. but it should work for my purposes. Actually, since I'm just basing, I guess I'll go ahead and use this size 1 the best I can. Okay, now, ooh, that's going to be rough. I'll probably change my mind here pretty quickly. Luckily, Stab is a healthy boy, so don't necessarily need to worry too much about the overall size of this brush. I'm also realizing now there's some little lines there that I didn't clean up real great, but oh, it's a little past that now. Some things to take in mind if you don't do a whole lot of painting, and I'm trying to do a better job of it myself, is to remember to always focus on continuing from the live edge. That's the last point where you left paint. Oh, he's got a nice little shadow up under that arm, so as not to drag some drying paint away. Well, that's a tricky spot to get to under there. Especially when you're dealing with not the best brush. I'm probably being a little more cautious than I should be, considering I'm just basing, but that's kind of the way I typically go through it. He's got a lot of little blind spots in there that are a little trickier to get to. I have a hard time, especially this underarm and underhand there. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind. If I can't see it now, no one will see it on the table or anywhere else. And these are just for fun anyway. They're not competition models or anything. It's better painted than gray. Generally, you can always apply fresh paint somewhere and freshen it up if you're just not satisfied. Or if you want to go even more intense, you could always strip the paint off and start over. That's typically what I do because I buy quite a few models on eBay. I'm not buying them for somebody else's paint job, I'm buying them to paint them myself, so strip the paint off and start over. Probably see a few of those if I keep this channel going long term. Trying to get a nice first coat of this Suntan flesh on him before I move on to our fanatic. I guess since I'm starting with the flesh, I don't have to be as cautious as I'm being, worrying about getting over onto other pieces, but I just don't like making too big of a mess. This arm's a little bit less of a blind spot than the other one, so that's a little better. Bigger question is, will I change brushes after messing with Stave here and use one of the better ones for the Fanatic? Yeah, probably. She's got a little bit less skin showing than he does. She's a little more modest, apparently, than, needing more armor. So, I know I'll definitely need a second coat back here, but we'll let him dry a little. Clean that one off. May have to grab some brushes from home. Personally, all I have is some pretty okay level synthetics from the most expensive ones, I guess, maybe from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. Don't really have any high-end real hair brushes or anything. Just not where I'm at in my hobby yet. Maybe someday, but not yet. Let's see. This little brush isn't going to hold as much paint. I can already tell. I'm also not entirely sure if that's... I guess that could be skin. Yeah, trying to apply paint with a smaller brush just leads to it drying out real fast. I prefer to have a 2, but the set I bought at the store, the largest round brush, was only a 1, and as we've now seen, it's immediately frayed just taking it out of the package. So, a little disappointed with that. All around there. All of these Reaper paints came in a set. One of those, they're big carry-in case sets. I think it was number 6. And I really like all the colors in that set. Alright, then we got a glove there. Got the skin. It's about all the exposed skin here. I'll come back around to that in a minute, maybe. Alright, well, that's going. Let's see, what do I want to keep using? I guess I'll keep using this 2-0. And what color should I do next? I've done some flesh. I'll go ahead and do some of the pink in there. For basing Steve's tunic top. And we're getting the hair of our fanatic going. Okay, so now the goal is to get kind of a nice pink undercoat for his uniform. This kind of toga-y thing. Because while I'd never painted a whole lot of yellow, you know, you always hear horror stories of how awful coverage it is, and then I'd seen Brent over at Goobertown talk about pink as an undercoat and saw him do it with his nice Sigmar sets from the airbrush mostly, but oop, got a little there I'll have to cover over in the next base coat. But just made me want to try a pink undercoat for the yellow, and it turned out pretty good, I thought so. Alright, a little bit of the pink showing. Move over to the back. And the challenge of using this smaller brush, I guess, would just be a new little thing to get past. So, every little challenge will make you a better painter, I'm sure. nose. Guess it doesn't really matter if I go over too much, because then I can always touch it up with a different color. Oop. Trying to pull away a little too much there. Means I need to stop and move on. Paint along your wet edge, and then move on. Alright. So is there anywhere else I really want to be yellow? Because different parts down there are going to be kind of a green color. Okay. Because I know his hat and his leggings are going to be green. Let's get an idea of how this pink hair is going to work. I'm sure that'll pop real nicely if most of the bike is blue and give her outfit more of a leather color. Alright. I think that's really it for the pink, and may give some kind of accents to it as we go. Alright. A little bit of time has passed. Let's see about giving a second coat on some of that skin. Oh, yeah, I'm looking much warmer down through here. Honestly, this arm looks a bit like a football. I think it's because he's got the kind of staples running through it for injury. But with this color and his big beefy arms, he could be a football himself. That's American football, not British and the rest of the world football, which this game is intended to play. More American football would be Blood Bowl, which I've still never tried. Maybe someday. I know some of the minis look real fun. Alright, you can definitely see some differences between first coat and second. I may even decide to give it a third. Have to wait and see. Would really appreciate having a larger brush right now, because trying to paint with this little 2-aught, not great. It's definitely making things take way longer than they should. I will have to bring a larger brush from home, because I don't really want to go back to Walmart and buy anything else. I know the ones at home will work better for me. may also need to find something to fill that gap around where this arm was connected. Because this was, I did buy this model on eBay, so I didn't put him together. He wasn't painted when I got him, but he had been assembled, and there's just a large gap, obviously, right there. That, yeah, maybe it's a good time to test out getting some green stuff. Never tried that, so that'd be a good time. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably end up giving him a third. I'll consider, especially in the back, give him a third coat of this when I've got a larger brush. I'll give a second coat to my Fanatic. Yeah, this size brush may be about the right size for her amount of skin shown. Just because she doesn't have near as much visible skin as Stave. So 2 watts, a bit more acceptable. Not ideal, but not as much of a deal breaker. Certainly not as much of a hindrance. Up and give a second coat of the pink, and then probably have to call it a day for now. Lunch break will be over, and I'll be back to work. But we got it. Some nice base coating done. Spot there up. Another reason to give a third coat. Clean up some of this pink that I'm getting on his belly. I don't have to worry too much about full cover, at least complete and utter coverage with the pink, because again, it's not my end goal. While pink uniforms wouldn't be awful, it's not really the look I'm going for. I'm shooting for more of a slight variation of like Green Bay Packers yellow and green. I'm just putting that pink down to hopefully make the yellow pop more. Oops. Now just a last little second coat for her hair. All right. I think that about does it for lunch break hobby time. Second official day. pretty good. See if I can get something in here too. Oops. Lift that back up to right level too. I think that's a good level. Don't want equal footing here. Once again, my name is Jeremy, and this has been Lunch Break Hobby Time. Just trying to cram as much mini painting and hobby enjoyment into my day as I can. Alright, thanks for joining me, and I'll maybe see you again tomorrow.